Hello, my name is Cameron Rowe, and I am a graduate student in Information Technologies 5810 in the summer 2020 class. My midterm project, overall I had a really hard time starting out on the data analysis, but the further I got into working with the same set of data, the more I started to understand what I was doing. I used the video game sales dataset for this project. I originally picked the dataset because there was over 16,000 rows of data that I had to work with, and then this proved to be more of a hurdle than a helper. My agenda, the introduction. In this project, I was using the video game sales data. Over the course of 4 weeks, we did a step-by-step process of a full data analysis. My data set comes from www.kaggle.com. I was given each game's rank, name, platform, year, genre, publisher, and the sales from North America, Europe, Japan, and then there was an other category, and then the global category. To be specific, there were 16,599 rows of data, and I don't believe that this data was for any one organization, but rather for anyone who is interested in gaming data, because this did have a lot for anybody to be able to look at and process. The only data cleaning that I had to do was some of the games didn't have all of the columns filled, mainly the year that the game was released. All I had to do was find that and replace it with the zeros to not mess up anything in the data. For my data analysis, I was really interested in the sales for each country and what years did the best, so I really focused on that. That was also one of the things that I struggled with the most in the beginning, was figuring out how to do those functions. With my conclusion, although I feel like I've gotten a better grasp on how to do this type of analysis, I feel as though it would be easier when I have a data set that is connected to me in some way. I just think that overall, not having this be connected to me made it a lot more difficult. That's my presentation for this section. Thank you for listening, and now over to my actual workbook. Oh, sorry about that, allergies. So as you can see in my data, I had video game sales, and it came from Kaggle, and then those were like the sample data goals, but I didn't use those. My data dictionary, it tells you what each of the columns are and then what they mean. Before I looked at the data dictionary, I looked at the raw data just to kind of see if I could figure out what it was without the data dictionary. And when I came in here and saw that all of those sales were in millions, I was astonished to see like how big those numbers actually were. In the raw data, you can see all of this, like the name, the platform, the year, the genre, the publisher, and the sales for all of the countries. And so as you can see, like in the others category, Army Men 3D for the PS came out in 1999, only had 0.04 millions in sales in other countries, while in North America it did $1.1 million. So I think having this data and seeing how different games did differently was really interesting for me. Over here you can see the first part. From assignment 1, I did the sum of all the sales. So as you can see, the North America had the most sales out of the specific countries that were or continents and countries that were listed. They had 4,392.95 millions of sales, and then the others category had the least. For assignment 2, I did each game that you can kind of see the names of them, and you can zoom in and really get them. But I was really interested to see like which game had the most sales, and it was actually Wii Sports, and that was over $40 million. And then the same thing I did for Europe, Japan, the other category, and then globally. As you can see, from the North American sales to global, it was still Wii Sports, and they did over 80 million. through the whole world. For assignment 3, I wanted to see which years had done the best for each continent. So in North America, it was 2008 with 351.44 million and then Europe, it was 2009 with 191.59 millions. Globally, it was also 2008 with 678.9 million. For the data analysis part of assignment 3, I wanted to see how often numbers were reoccurring in each sales section, and so I did a sampling of 8,300 just to see how often they were recurring, and it actually ended up being the same number over and over again, which told me that at least half of the data had the same number of sales, the same amount of sales. This is the North American one, and when you go all the way down, you see it's the same number. Europe was pretty much the same, I believe, scrolling through all of that. As you can see, Japan had all zeros, which means they had more games with under $1 million in sales, or under a comparable amount of sales. And then for other, this one actually changed from 0 to 0.01. And then globally had 0.79 pretty much the entire way down, if not all of the way down. And I just thought it was really interesting to see all of that. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.